What's good? What's good? It's just me. We're just walking. We're just walking on a little treadmill right now. Woo! So fun. We're coding and walking. I do feel like a hamster. I do feel like I'm just a peasant. Just a peasant, bro. I'm just doing work. That's all I'm doing. So hey, I wanted to show you this strategy, and it's the return to VWAP strategy, first of its kind. Just kidding. There's probably plenty of other people that have had a reversion to mean strategy, but this one is mine. It's composed of VWAP, which is the orange line. The orange line is VWAP. Now, VWAP is not a simple moving average of the volume weighted average price. It's actually not. It's not even a composite of daily VWAP. So daily VWAP is stored in a box. The next day, daily VWAP is stored in a box, and I smooth the line out. I don't even do that. I don't do averages of it. You might say, how is it composed? How is it written then? Well, this orange line is a week's volume, and it creates a VWAP, a volume weighted average price of that entire week. Now, it looks smooth, but it's actually trend lines. How it's written is trend lines, because in TradeStation I can't use plots, which is I can actually plot it out and make a line. I have to use drawing tools, and I just did trend lines like that. And it's actually awesome because I always look at the week, and like I'm looking at the week. One day's volume is just not enough information, and it's too incomplete. And I think that a week gives it a lot more basis of what it's doing without going too far back. At least for my trading, which is kind of small term, I think week is a great scope. Now, the week is not a calendar Monday through Friday. It happens to be like a 5-day period. It's just a 5-day period, okay? Now, yeah, that's what it is. Just connects the dots, okay? And you can see, if I zoom out, you can see how closely it hugs price. I don't know what this jumble is back there. I do not know. This is the first time I'm looking at this code, or looking at how it works. So let's just look at it. You see, oh, it's because it just started ATR. It doesn't have the range yet. That's why the ATR is tiny, and I don't have a limiting factor of wait until the ATR is set before you take the trades. I can add that in. But basically, you can see how closely the orange line hugs price. Okay, orange line is just hugging price, like hugging, all close to it, and price just wiggling around like, get off me, bro. And the orange line is just no. You know, it's a squeezer, bro. Squeezer. He's not a striker. He's a grappler. The orange line's total grapple. So we're gonna have, for that reason, I have selected not to use a stop loss and actually to just use VWAP as the one and only exit. So you can see that, let's say I got in short here. I get in short here at this blue line. I did get in short there. And you can see that, oh my gosh, it continues dropping. What happens if it continues dropping? You have no exit? Correct. At this moment, I don't have an exit. What happens is the VWAP hugs it so tightly that it'll go downwards and it'll hit VWAP. It doesn't have to go up. It can come down, and VWAP is just hugging it so tightly. All it needs to do is show a few green bars, and you're going to get out. Because you can see how quickly VWAP is up here, dude. It was up here. And then it dropped, price dropped, and VWAP drops with it. And that's how we take losses, is when VWAP drops with it. Okay? But this is a mean reversion strategy. When it moves two ATRs, daily ATRs away, we go long. And this happens to be daily ATR. I'm using 24 as the period. I want that because I don't want it to be like in a crazy time right now. For 5 days, it's like that's normal. No, bro. This just happens to be a crazy 5 days. It's not a normal thing. This is crazy 5 days. What's normal is what's happened in the past. What's baseline? And I think baseline is 24 is a good number. 24, I mean, you can even go greater than that, really. It doesn't matter. So, I just don't want it so close. That's the day ATR. That's how I got how far away from VWAP do we start taking entries to get back to VWAP. And this is the system. Let's see the results. Before seeing the results, I have to delete this shit back there. And we do that by saying ATR length. What am I using for ATR length? What am I using for ATR length? This number, day ATR length. So if day counter is greater than 24, then we can start actually taking trades. Let's do that. Day counter is greater than or equal to 20. This is ATR length. Then we can actually start taking trades. Because, and I'm going to give it one more, because I don't even know. No, it should work, because it computes it, all the code is computed above. This is the last thing that happens, so it probably does work without it. But whatever, I'm giving it an extra day. So now let's see this calculate. It's calculated and see, it should delete those. I'm hoping so. I'm hoping it deletes that. Because then we can actually see what happens to this system, because I don't want to include this jumbled mess in my profit loss statement here. Crazy day for me. Crazy day for me, I must say. I don't know what I'm doing for discretionary trading. I think I want to just go with the flow, to be honest. All right, let's see here. Look at it. It's deleted now. Now it takes 24 days, and it's about 24 days to start creating an ATR. Now we take the systems. Goes away from it, comes back to VWAP. Made a little bit of money. These, it didn't go away from it enough. It didn't. It has to go really far away. 2 ATRs away. That's the close. And look at that. So this one did it, worked. This one didn't work, but it was small loss. This one, small loss. This one, small loss. This one, small win. This one, loss, bigger loss. Comes down. This one, a big drop, and actually a decent loss here, but it did rally for us. If it continued lower, VWAP would hug it tighter, but and that's what happens. If it continues lower, VWAP hugs it tighter and just get me out, get me out, get me out. That's how it is. And that is the system. And honestly, it's looking like it's doing exactly what I want it to do. So let's go ahead and look at what the results were. Nice. Making money. Making money. In how many months? Really? 1 year. 1 year. In 1 year, it only took... This is such a longer term strategy from what I'm used to. These are huge. I'm on a 240-minute chart. These are massive amounts of time. I mean, how long is our average hold? How long is our average hold? How long is our average hold, please? Average time between time in trades. Average time in trades. We're holding for 3 days. This is a freaking swing trade, dude. 3 days, not three minutes, not 30 minutes. 3 days is our average time in the trade. That's crazy. And then it can go half a month on average until taking the next trade. This is a mean reversion system. This is a system that can be put on all the symbols across the freaking board. I'm serious. Let's test it on something else. we have no idea if it's profitable enough on anything yet. I mean, oil. This is just preliminary. I just want to see it on fucking gold. See it on gold. Gold had some huge movements here, so mean reversion should get roasted. It should get roasted. So let's go ahead and turn it on, see what happens. I would assume it gets roasted. I really would. No, it doesn't need any changes. Just send it. It has no changes necessary. Love it, dude. I don't have to change tick value. It's just taking one contract every time. Because it's on one basis. It doesn't matter with the risk box. I'm not doing an analysis on the high or low, or the risk box is bigger or smaller. It just happens to be, it has no risk box. It has literally no stop. So it's going to be interesting. On that big rally up on gold, I guarantee that's going to be a loser. Huge loser. And yeah, we'll see. We will see. Yeah. Alright, so this is gold. You see how it's a huge big up movement? You see how quickly the VWAP holds to it? It's actually safer that way, because then it can't run away. I smother price. Like, look at this one. Look at this one. It dropped again. Oops. I didn't lock them. See, I told you they were trend lines. I can do anything with them now after it's drawn. Isn't that weird? Fucking weird. I gotta lock them so I can't move them. I don't even know if I can. I should be able to, but I haven't. I can lock horizontal lines. I don't know if I can lock trend lines, which are more variable. All right. Well, this one dropped away from VWAP. We went long, and we absorbed this huge drawdown. And because VWAP is still up here, because home base is still up here, our target was still up there, and then boom, it hit. And that's a really small target, almost break even, because of this big drop. It included that. You can see this one went from up here to down here, and that's why we got out at that dot. We got out there. That's where VWAP, that's the new VWAP, that's the new home, that's the new familiar price. It's the new agreed upon price. And that's the concept of this trading system. So let's take a look at the results of this one. And it's profitable again. Really. Really. It's profitable on gold too. What? Okay. Okay. You want a real test? Fucking NASDAQ, dude. NASDAQ, bro. There's no chance you're going to be profitable in oil, gold, and NASDAQ. There's no way. NASDAQ-adelic is the freaking person that I do not want my son hanging out with when he's a teenager. Do not hang out with NASDAQ. You can say hi. Don't talk to him. Don't know. He offers you something? No. Don't take anything from Mr. NASDAQ. Seriously. So, let's test it on it. This is going to be interesting, man. Well, I'll tell you, this is my best opportunity for a mean reversion system, bro. I'm trying my best out here with anything. I'm trying, and I can tell you that I have some mean reversion systems that I'm trying to do, and they're so not robust. They're so just, they don't have the grand scheme of things in view. And I like the idea of a volume weighted average price. That's where people legitimately trade it at. I like that idea. So I think we'll do that. Okay, let's take the results on this one. My hypothesis, big fat L. You can't help me out. You can't help me out with wins all across the board. NASDAQ, yeah, frickin' right. Huge loss. Huge loss. I knew it. Huge loss. Huge loss. Short trades. Did we have one gigantic short trade? Look at, on this column it shows the losses. Did we have, wow. We just have a shit ton of losses. How many trades? Only 18 trades in a full year. It's just not much. Not much opportunity, man. I will tell you. And you think it's a bad loss? It's really not horrible. It's just a lot of losing. And you can see we got ripped apart. It goes above VWAP and it trends. Look at the short trades. I go short, I get roasted. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. It's because when it's trending like the market has, man, look at this trend, dude. Does this thing go up? I forgot. Does NASDAQ go up? Shit. I don't even think. Yeah, it's just brutal. This is a hard, really, really tough one. So yeah, it didn't work on NASDAQ. I'm not surprised. I didn't even think of the trending. I just think NASDAQ's freaking hard to trade. That's all. It's hard to trade, even mean reversion or not. I'm telling you, it's super tough. You could, obviously the opposite would have worked. Clearly. If it's an uptrend, go long. Don't go short. So I can understand that. Maybe this could be modified, like turn on, turn off. I don't think so. I want a ambidextrous strategy for sure. It took nine longs and 9 shorts. Excellent. Perfect. That's what I want. It just so happens that we're losing, yes. But yeah. Anyways, that's the system. This is just preliminary results. I haven't optimized anything regarding the ATR. I'm just using a 2 ATR box. It has to run away from VWAP as. It could be 1. Maybe 1's better. You take more trades, but they're more consistent. I don't know. I'm not sure. So there's a lot going on. I plan to run optimizations. I plan to run this system once it's robust enough where I'm like, all right, I've got a good handle on things. I want to test it on all systems. Or sorry, symbols. All symbols. Eggs. I want to test it on everything. All future symbols. I'd like to do, I don't think I can do stocks. Maybe I could, but I would have to tweak the code. They're not contracts. They're shares. But so far, I really like the system. It's really long term. It makes sense. Bottom line, it makes sense. I like making sense. That's great. Sense is good. All right. Peace.